Hi class, just in case you were having a little bit of trouble, I decided to go ahead and make a video of all of our homework. Okay, so for the first problem, since these are the same, we can add this together. If these are not the same, we cannot add this. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite this part. I'm going to add these together, these decimals. If I take 3.25 and I add it to 4.7, I get 7.95. So this right here is my answer. Okay, number 2. So the first thing you notice when you look at this is the exponents are not the same. So that means we have to make them the same. To do that, I can move this decimal. And if I move it 2 spots this direction, that means I subtract 2 and I get 4. Now that these are the same, I can add these together. I'm just going to rewrite all my stuff. 4.78 times 10 to the 4th plus my new decimal 231.9 times 10 to the 4th. Okay, now when I add those together, I get 236.68 times 10 to the 4th. Which we know that this cannot be left like this. We have to have just one single number in front of this decimal. So I'm going to move this again, 2 spots. When I move this direction, I'm going to add 2. So now my new number is 2.3668 times 10 to the 6th. Okay, this one is the same story. These are not the same. So I'm going to have to make them the same. The easiest way to do that is to move this decimal. If I move it 1 spot that way, I can subtract 1. That gives me 7.7 times 10 to the 3rd minus 5.21 times 10 to the 3rd. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and subtract these. I get 2.49 times 10 to the 3rd. Okay, now I can't leave it that way. I'm going to move my decimal 1 spot. When I do this, I add 1. I'm going to get 6.249 times 10 to the 4th. Okay, number 4 is a bit different. We're just multiplying. We don't have to move the decimal anywhere. All we do, go ahead and multiply our numbers. We're going to get 39.9 times 10. Okay, when we multiply with exponents, all we do with our exponents is add them. If I take -2 plus -5, I get -7. Okay, and now I can't have this. I can't have 2 numbers in front of the decimal. I'm going to move this 1 spot. So I'm going to get 3.99 times 10. Moved it 1 spot. So I have to add 1. So -6. Okay, and division was the opposite of multiplication. So instead of adding these exponents, I'm going to subtract them. I'm going to divide like usual. When I divide that, I'm going to get 1.22 rewrite my times 10. 8 minus 5 gives me 3. Number 6, divide 7.2 by 4.0. I get 1.8 times 10. 27 minus 23 gives me 4. Okay, now we're going to move on to our word problem. Okay, now number 7, we need how many times the amount. So we're going to take the 1.3 and we're going to divide it by the 7 times 10 to the third. Alright, so if I take 1.3 and I divide that by 7, I'm going to get 0.1857 times 10 to the 1. I need to move my decimal just one spot to make it proper in scientific notation. I'm going to subtract 1 off of there and get 0. So now I'm going to have 1.857 times 10 to the 0, which is 1, which we don't need to write. So all I'm going to have left is this right here. And it said to round to the nearest hundredth. So I'm really going to have 1.86 times the amount of steel. Alright, moving on to number 8. Says how many more? So we need to find the difference between the two. That means we subtract. Okay, so that means I need to make my exponents the same. The easiest way to do that is to move this 1 2 spots. So I can subtract 2. So I'm going to have 598 times 10 to the 22nd minus 7.35 times 10 to the 22nd. That gives me 590.65 times 10 to the 22nd. Move it 1 2 spots. So I have to add to 5.9065 times 10 to the 24th. Okay, and we need to round to the nearest hundredth. So I'm going to get 5.91 times 10 to the 24th kilograms. Okay, I'm going to do number 9 now. On this one we have to multiply. Alright, so 2.5 times 4 is 10 times 10 to the 6th. We need to move our decimal one spot, so we're going to add 1. We get 1.0 times 10 to the 7th. We can rewrite as 1 times 10 to the 7th. Well, that's all there is to it. I hope you guys had a great 4-day weekend. I'll see you in class.